Why actuarial science?
A really good fit for me because I've always been very inclined towards mathematics, statistics.
दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी में आपको क्या लगता है कि क्या रोड ब्लॉक हो सकता है?
First of all, like you have the smartest minds. So everybody has a plan.
Actuaries act as a good backup plan for them.
Because I was doing economics honors and I was pursuing actuarial science, it helped me in my college exams and the course helped me to prepare for my actuarial exams. It didn't seem like too much for me.
कैलकाटा का कॉलेज लाइफ कैसा है?
Everybody beside me in college is doing some or the other professional course. So if not actuaries, then CA. If not CA, then FRM. If not FRM, then CFA.
Common misconceptions that people feel about this program.
Selling policies is one of the biggest.
स्टूडेंट्स को फ्रेशर में प्लेसमेंट में बहुत प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है
because now the job market is very competitive.
बिकॉज सबको प्रोसेस में ये तो लगता ही है कि भाई मेरे से नहीं हो पाएगा, छोड़ो हटाओ खत्म करो.
It's just about staying focused and sometimes
Okay, so today we have in this podcast Rupal Dokania. So she is a qualified GI actuary with close to 7 to 8 years of experience in consulting and various other fields. We have Ishita Saraugi. She is our star, recently qualified actuary, and she has close to 2 years of experience in consulting. And we have Manchit Chaudhary. So he is from Calcutta. He is from St. Xavier's, and he is a qualified actuary and with close to three years of experience in the GI domain. So I'm very glad to have you all on our podcast today. Today is another episode of Getting Real with Actuaries. I am Praveen Patwari, and I'm a qualified chartered accountant and an FRM as well. And hopefully, I'll be an actuary soon. Like my results are due in just 7 days. So by the time this podcast is released, तब तक मेरे results आ जाएगा. So yeah, so today आज हम लोग बात करेंगे since we are in Delhi and आज हम लोग बात करेंगे दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी के बारे में about actuaries course and हम लोग आज समझेंगे कि एक स्टूडेंट जो होता है उसके जो सपने होते हैं लाइक कि मेरे को एक एक्चुअली बनना है तो उसमें क्या रोड ब्लॉक्स आते हैं एंड दैट इज़ वाई वी हैव अवर गेस्ट टुडे. सो टू स्टार्ट विथ लाइक आप टाइम में वापस जाइए एंड आप ये समझो कि अभी आप जस्ट क्लास 12 पास आउट हो एंड आउट ऑफ ऑल द करियर ऑप्शंस जो आपके टाइम पे थे, सो वाई एक्चुअल साइंस, वाई नॉट मे बी एनी अदर कॉम्बिनेशन एंड या लेट्स जस्ट ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड कि आपके टाइम पे क्या क्या ऑप्शंस थे एंड आपने एक्चुअल साइंस क्यों चूज़ किया. ओके, सो विल स्टार्ट विथ मंचित.
Hi everyone. So I got introduced to actuarial science I think in high school, and at that time there was like a lot of misinformation as well. But the one thing that really attracted me was how quantitative heavy the field was in its initial time. So even if you look at the curriculum, the initial couple of papers are really quant heavy. So I just felt it was a really good fit for me because I've always been very inclined towards mathematics, statistics, etc. So the course just felt like a natural fit. Plus, it introduced a lot of concepts from business as well, economics, etc. So all in all, it just felt like the perfect center of the Venn diagram, I would say.
Okay, so Manchit, like I have known you for almost close to 5 years right now, and you scored really well in like class 12, right? So now my question to you is that जब आपने ये कोर्स पिकअप किया, लाइक यू आर वेरी ब्राइट फ्रॉम बिगिनिंग, सो अगर आप एक्चुअलीज नहीं पिकअप करते, आप कोई भी कोर्स पिकअप करते तो आप उसमें बहुत अच्छा करते. सो टेकिंग दोज 5 years ऑफ स्पैन जो आपने इस कोर्स में स्पेंड किया है, तो अगर आप टाइम में वापस जाओ, सो वुड यू लाइक टू चेंज योर डिसीजन ऑफ डूइंग एक्चुअली, लाइक देर इज समथिंग जो आपको लगा था जो नहीं हो पाया इस कोर्स में, कि आप अपने फ्रेंड्स को देखते हो, आपको लगता है कि नहीं यार वो मेरे से बेटर ऑफ है, वो मेरे से वर्स ऑफ है, सो उस वे में हाउ वुड यू लाइक टू टेक दैट?
I think, firstly, in terms of options, so when I was in college or in high school, there were different fields coming up. Like, for example, derivative trading, there was investment banking, front end consulting roles, and all of these have their own individual attractions. But I just felt ki I wanted to do a course that was much more heavy in numbers, very analytical in nature. So I just felt inclined to start off with actuarial. And I think when I even started off my journey in college by giving exams and all, uh, I was not sure whether this is the long-term career for me. So my approach was very sure that I wanted to explore the field for a year or two. If I do not appreciate what's happening in terms of curriculum, in terms of the industry growth, then I would possibly look to switch towards, let's say, a master's degree in finance or something. But overall, I feel I'm very satisfied, and I think comparing myself to any other person would not be fair because there is something good about their industry, something good about my industry. So it's about what you feel is the right one for you. So I don't feel comparing is the right thing to do. It's just every industry works independently and it's has its own merit on its own. So make that call according to your preferences, I would.
Okay. So yeah, coming to you, Rupal.
Okay, so for me, basically, I had moved to Delhi for my higher secondary. I was a science student pursuing IIT coaching. But after 1 year, I realized that this is not something that I would probably be able to do for the rest of my life. So I was just exploring options because I was liking economics in my 11th and 12th. And I was exploring options what I can do if I wanted to go for economics honors. And then I found this course, actuarial science. I saw CFA, I saw other courses as well. But because it involved like a lot of statistics, mathematics, this is something that I really enjoyed. Like I would understand it better. I was good at it. So that is the reason I thought that I want to do actuarial science along with economics honors. And yeah, like after college, I started with my papers. And the best thing about this course was also that I can keep giving my exams along with work experience. So I could keep studying and apply those knowledge at my work. Like it was a two-way street. I learn from my exams, apply it at my work. I learn from my work and use it to give my actuarial papers. So that was something that really motivated me to pick up actuarial science.
Okay. So like आपने बोला कि you started off this course after your college, like you started giving papers after your
Yeah.
college.
No, during my college, after
During
my 12th.
Okay. So Rupal, like since you're from Delhi University, so tell us something. How is it to be a Delhi University student? And like it's very rigorous in college. Like they train you not only for studies but the co-curricular activities. So how is it being a DU student, top DU student?
Honestly, DU taught me how to balance things. Of course, it was hectic because we had strict attendance, I had like college exams, and co curricular was also important. So I tried to balance it all. And for me, consistency is what has worked for me. So it's not like I would just focus on my college for like 2, 3 weeks and then suddenly start study for the actuarial exams. So I would give like 2 to 3 hours every day for my actuarial exams, 1 to 2 hours for my college exams, and then also take part in the co-curricular activities that was going around in college. So and like I also want to mention that being in DU, you see other people doing a lot of other things because they have that bandwidth, and sometimes you feel like you're falling behind and you have that comparison attitude, but that's not that's not helping you in your growth. So you should, I feel like when I stopped comparing myself to others and comparing my journey to others' journey and just thinking about my growth, I was doing a lot better. Like I was more focused. I knew that this is what I wanted to achieve. And for me, it was always very clear that I want to complete my actuarial papers. I don't want to leave it in between. After that, yes, I did want to do an MBA or go for a master's degree. But like through this journey, I think I'm very satisfied with how my career has turned out to be, the work opportunities that I have, the learnings that I have.
Okay. So Rupal, like one more question to you is that since you're from Lady Shri Ram, right?
Hmm.
And like I've got the opportunity to see the campus. Tell us something about the campus life, like, and you also mentioned there are a lot of other options which students are exploring. So my first question to you would be something about the campus life of LSR, and my next question to you would be like you mentioned you were exploring options and then you just came to know about actuarial science.
Hmm. Hmm.
So like there are many more options available in the market. So do you think actuarial science was a right fit, since you mentioned it includes a lot of quants?
Hmm.
So like do you think actuarial science program turned out to be well for you?
Okay, so to answer your first question, the campus life in LSR, it is strict. It's not like the college life that we see in movies or that we talk about. There are a lot of things that we need to focus on. Like I mentioned, we have like regular unit test, we have our college exams. We don't get to sit for our final exams if we don't have like 70% attendance. So all of that was there, and along with that, everybody is just focusing on building their CV, doing something or the other. So I also enrolled myself to a NGO where I would like teach specially able students. I would take part in college fest, and in DU, especially when the second half of the year we have like college fest going on. You'll have a North Campus Fest, you'll have a the DU Fest. All of that is going on, and you do want to go out, right? Your friends are also going out, but it's about balance. Like, of course, you can't spend all your weekends in these fests because that's the time you also get to study for your exams. And the co-curricular part also, there are some people who are aiming for a different kind of job where this co-curricular part is extremely important. So it makes sense that they're spending much more time than I am on those things. When we start comparing and when we look at others' journey, you can have that feeling. You can feel overwhelmed that you're not doing enough and you're just studying and you don't have a social life. But for me, I think it all pays off eventually. It's just part of the journey. If we keep feeling bad about, but I couldn't do this, I couldn't attend that fest, and I have to sacrifice so much, it's not a sacrifice. It's part of the journey. And this, and I can speak from experience. I have felt that. I've seen people around me feel that, oh, I have to sacrifice so much. But my other work friends, they chill every weekend, but I have to study because when we start working, we are working 5 days and then just the weekends. So, not having that feeling is very important. Knowing that you're doing it for yourself, you're enjoying the process is very important so that you can give your 100%. You're just study for 2 3 hours with full concentration, and then you can do whatever you want to. So that's the mantra I applied in college, that I had college from 8 to 5, and then I would study for 2 3 hours, and then 1 hour if I had to do something for college, and then I would chill. Like, it's okay. I don't have to like keep working hard. Just being consistent was enough for me in college, I feel.
You answered a lot of questions, like a lot of clarity. Like the best part about what you said was कि फोमो जो होता है कॉलेज लाइफ में कि भाई हम ये नहीं कर रहे, इवन वी टॉक्ड अबाउट, सो वो नहीं रखना है आपको. एंड इट्स बेसिकली हाई इंटेंसिटी स्टडी दैट यू नीड टू डू 2 hours 3 hours every day.
Yeah.
So yeah, now I would like to move to Ishita, and like she's a recently qualified actuary. So Ishita, like your journey is really amazing. Like we have known each other for almost 5 years now. So tell us something, how everything looks so perfect from your end. Like if I tell someone your journey, they will say it's perfect. So tell us something from the start, like how this 5 years of journey actually looked like, and what you did something correct जो बाकी लोग नहीं करते, right? So out of, like, one more thing, I'm keeping it long. So out of maybe 10,000 enrollments, maybe a lot of students, they are pursuing different kind of courses. So how 1% they do it? You're in the top 1% as per my knowledge. So tell us something about that.
So, talking about my journey, I got to know about actuarial science during a career fair in my school, and that is when it fascinated me. And but I got a little confused. What should I actually pursue? CA, CFA, actuarial science. There are a lot of options. So I had a chat with my dad, and he went all in all, searched about it, and then he thought that maybe actuarial science is the perfect one for you because you love quant, you love something which is challenging yet rewarding. And that is how I thought, like, yes, he's right, I should go ahead with actual science. And now I started it very early. I would say that what people do is they get over with school and they want to chill a lot, and then they think, okay, now it's second year and now I should start it. But no, I started it when my schooling just got over. My school got over in like May, June, and I started it in October. And yep, that is how it looks a little perfect, but it is definitely not. Because I would say there are days when you are in a lot of self doubt, you're exhausted. But consistency is something which has kept me going, because I think when you're committed to a goal, you really want to put everything aside and just focus on that, because I think at the end it is worth it. And you feel like, okay, I have been able to make my parents proud, my mentor proud, and myself proud. So, yeah, it is worth all that.
So how many years it took you to complete the whole like curriculum from the month you started and today? Like how many years did it take?
Okay, so I gave my first exam in April 21, and I completed my final exam in April 25. So it took me 4 years.
Okay. So like now I'll again ask, I'll dig a little bit deeper. So like with a lot of respect to all the persons those who are doing this course, I just want to know, like you mentioned consistency, you mentioned committing to a goal. Like I'd like to know how you plan things so well. Like you are from SRCC and I have been there. I've got the opportunity to go there as a guest lecturer. So basically, how did you plan things so well so that every attempt you gave an exam, you made a point that you're giving exam, be it small, be it a combination of a difficult or an easy exam. So how did you plan your day so that every student, those who are in the process, those who are in the pipeline, they want to basically achieve this? And for the last couple of years, you're working as well. So how did you balance out things so well?
So for that, I would say you should always maintain a to-do list, and you should always have your plan clear, at least not for 2 months or 3 months, but at least a week. You should know that, okay, in this week, if I have to complete, say, 2 or 3 chapters, so I have to do it. There should be no excuse कि नहीं आज तो मुझे घूमने जाना है, नहीं आज there is a family function. No, okay, you need to spend time with your family and friends, but you should have studies as your priority as well. And I think one thing which acted as a catalyst was starting early. What people do, they wait for the result, and then they would plan which exam they should give. But I think what I did was that I took 10 days break, 15 days break, but then I had a plan that at least I'll start preparing for one exam, and if at all I did not clear the other one, I would pick that up again and give it. So yeah, that helped.
Okay, that's really great. Like this time, we got nearly three people, those who have done it at a very like disciplined manner, and they have done it in approximately 4.5 years. So that's again a good development to the community as well. That these they are acting as a someone. आज जैसे why I feel हमारा जो कम्युनिटी है जो एक्चुअल का मेरे को ऐसा लगता है कि इफ़ पीपल कैन सी समवन इन अ गुड पोजीशन कि भाई इसने इसको इतने साल में कंप्लीट किया है, तो मेरे को लगता है कि और अच्छे कैंडिडेट्स दे कैन स्टार्ट डूइंग दिस कोर्स कि हाँ भाई दे हैव नोन समवन. व्हाट आई फील इज CA MBA जो है वो इतना ज़्यादा प्रिवेलेंट इंडिया में फाइनेंस में इसीलिए है कि बहुत इजीली हमको देखने को मिलता है कोई जो टॉप कॉलेज से किया हुआ है या फिर किसी का रैंक आया है. सो दैट अगेन वी नीड मोर क्वालिफाइड प्रोफेशनल्स जो सामने आके कुछ कम्युनिकेट कर पाएँ टू द यंग जनरेशन. So yeah, today we are having a lot of diversified college background. So let's discuss something on that. So you, Ishita, you're from BCom honors, you're from economics honors from DU, and you're from economics honors from Calcutta St. Xavier's, which is also one of the top in India. So, but in Calcutta, we feel it's the top in India. Okay. Like being very honest, I am also from Xavier's. I have done BCom. So जब तक मैं कैलकाटा से बाहर नहीं निकला था सबको ये लगता है कि वो इंडिया का नंबर 1 कॉलेज है. एंड आई फील इट इज़ इट द काइंड ऑफ डिसिप्लिन इट इनकलकेट्स इन यू. अटेंडेंस प्रॉपर है एंड मतलब आई विल गिव अ ह्यूज क्रेडिट ऑफ माई जर्नी टू माई कॉलेज बिकॉज आप वहाँ पर देखते हो ऐसे लोग हैं सब एक से बढ़कर एक है. मतलब दे आर वेरी एक्टिव. मतलब कि उनको ये है कि भाई अगर कोई चीज़ है जो काम की है तो वो करेंगे उसे. मतलब उनको ये नहीं है कि भाई कितना टाइम लगेगा, डिफ़िकल्ट है कि नहीं है, मतलब वो उनको वो करना है तो वो करके दिखाएंगे उसको. सो लेट्स टॉक समथिंग लाइक मतलब मेरे को ये समझना है कि दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी में आप विल स्टार्ट विथ रूपल. सो दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी में आपको क्या लगता है कि क्या रोड ब्लॉक हो सकता है या फिर क्या मेंटल ब्लॉकेज हो सकता है एक स्टूडेंट के माइंड में कि वो अच्छा क्वांट स्टूडेंट होने के बावजूद या फिर वो अच्छा इको स्टूडेंट होने के बावजूद भी मतलब वो ये प्रोफेशन ना पिकअप करे, मतलब व्हाट काइंड ऑफ गैप वुड यू लाइक टू ब्रिज टुडे कि भाई आज के बाद अगर कोई आपके जैसा ही हो जो अभी आपके स्टेज पे हो तो वो ये कोर्स अगर करना है तो करे.
First of all, like, you have the smartest minds. So everybody has a plan. It's not like people are just living one day at a time. They have a plan, they have a goal. And most of the time, you will see that you may feel like they are chasing something big and you're just into studies. You don't know how it will turn out to be. And the job opportunities, like the kind of job, the placements that we have, the DU placements are amazing. So we have like top 3 consulting firms coming in. um, Once you're from a good college, you also have a good chance for like masters at a good college. So when you're studying, and like at my time there were very few job opportunities for actuarial, and there's also disparity between the starting pay. So at that time you might feel like, is it better if I build my CV and pursue for those kind of jobs because my starting salary would be higher? But after having 7 years of work experience, I do have friends who have not pursued actuarial also. Everybody comes at the same level after a point of time. It's just about having that patience. The journey is different, but everybody gets there. There's not much of a difference after a few years, because in actuarial there is also growth related to your exams. Most of the times your organization takes care of your exam cost and tuition cost, all of that is also there. So that is one roadblock that I can think of. When you see people around you, that's what you think that, but like she or he is focusing on the CV, and he or she might get a job at a very good consulting firm and the starting package would be amazing, and I would start very low. Will I be able to reach to their level, or will I be able to do good after taking actuarial? But it's a journey. We all get there. And even after, I have friends who have also done an MBA. I have just done actuarial science. But there's not much disparity after a few years. You just need to be consistent, and also, uh, like, you should also focus on skills building. It's not just about money. Once you have the right kind of skill set, you'll get there. Like, companies, your managers, they do recognize what kind of skill, what kind of talent you bring to the table.
So, Ishita, what points you would like to add to this? Like, Rupal was on point on this, the salary disparity, because here we start somewhere around 7 to 10 ke beech mein. And if it's an internship, the pay might be less for the first 6 months. It can be somewhere around 20 to 40K per month, which is less if you are from like the top 3 DU colleges. Like you mentioned about the increments based on exam as well as the annual increment. So that was on point. Like from Ishita, I would like to know that what other roadblocks a student might face. Like it's been uh, many years now we are having students from Delhi, but as she mentioned, they all have a plan. But what I feel is that I don't know why, but some of them are about to graduate. Okay. And let's not discuss the top 3. Let's take DU as a whole. So, उसमें आपको क्या लगता है इन जनरल यू हैव लॉट ऑफ फ्रेंड्स दोज हु आर फ्रॉम अदर कॉलेजेस एज वेल. सो उसमें आपको क्या लगता है कि क्या रोड ब्लॉक्स हो सकते हैं, ठीक है ना, क्या मेंटल ब्लॉकेजेस हम लोग और क्लियर कर सकते हैं?
I feel that many students really want to enjoy the joys of college life, and what they do is that they are very dependent on placements. Say they would say ki okay, let's wait till placements, and if we do not get any, maybe we'll then look out for other courses. Then we may start actual science, and that is how they're sort of, there's some fickle mindedness there because they are not very confident on what they want to do in life. So I think people should have a plan ready when they're in college itself, because I think that is the most important time of your life where you can actually build your personality. And I think that is where college has helped me as well. So again, I would say it is all because people do not have sort of a plan ready, and they should actually start early. And again, there may be other distractions as well. Say, for example, you have a very essay, you think about movies and you're like, people do find their love in college, and okay, we should go ahead and maybe enjoy these as well, and बाद में career बाद में देख लेंगे. But that is now how it works, and that is the most important phase of your life, and you should definitely not waste it in other distractions.
Like before going to Manchit, one more question which I would like to put forward is you both mentioned some good placements. Like, is it like all will not get that placement, right? So basically, if someone is not getting, so I think any option which is left once you are done with your college, the best option is, I guess, GMAT, GRE, or MBA. So that's where the students they are moving.
Yeah.
So can they have a good backup plan if they are pursuing this course and they're spending maybe 2 to 3 hours, if they're liking the content of eco, mathematics, quants, risk management? So will actuaries act as a good backup plan for them if they are not getting those good placements in IB firms and consulting firms? And here they know that yes, there are placements, there are decent placements, and as you mentioned, they all reach at the same level at after you have almost close to 7 8 years of experience. So what is your take on that?
So like you mentioned, yes, not everybody gets those good placements. It's like very a number of people who get those placements. And because I was doing economics honors and I was pursuing actuarial science, it helped me in my college exams, and the course helped me to prepare for my actuarial exams. So it didn't seem like too much for me. I was able to balance it fine, and the course is interesting. You enjoy it. The initial papers, it has a lot of stats and maths, so you really enjoy solving those questions, and it's not like you're just sitting by force because you have to do something. So if you're just giving those 2 3 hours, and if you can have a good backup plan, then why not? And in today's time, you see so many companies going to colleges for placement. It was not like that back 7 years back. So you do have opportunities. When I talk about placement, the placement for actuarial science has improved a lot. So I don't think it's a backup plan, it's a good plan to start with. It's getting there, it's equal to other placements. So I don't think there's any harm in spending those 2 3 hours, because you can take away from these exams. You can do better at your college exams. You have to study for your college exams as well. The concept is same. The structure may be different, or the difficulty level may be different. So if you're just spending few hours and having a good uh, opportunity to build your career, then why not?
Okay, okay. So Ishita, would you like to add something?
Yep, what Rupal said is absolutely correct. And I feel nowadays demand for actuaries is increasing a lot. I've seen companies, they were hiring just 2 or 3 actual aspirants, but now this has increased to like 40, 50 per year. So the demand is increasing a lot. And I would say that
That is on per company level, you're saying, right?
correct. Company, on company basis, yes.
So basically, the teams are increasing. Like Rupal, you also mentioned when we were talking. So you were mentioning the growth journey of your consulting firm. Like they've increased to approximately 160,
Yeah.
and approximately 4 to 5 times increase is there since you have joined the firm.
Yes.
So yeah, Manchit, now we'd like to know about the like हमारा सुनहरा मतलब हमारा बंगाल. तो basically आप ये बताओ, like I have known that yes, you came to me once, right? And we talked, like you always, I still remember your dialogue that you mentioned me कि I want to start from somewhere and I want to end somewhere else. This was your exact line. I remember this when you were into like मेरे को MIM करना है भैया, मेरे को MBA करना है. So like हमारे कैलकाटा में आपको क्या लगता है, लाइक क्या कॉलेज लाइफ होता है? एंड सिंस आप इको ऑनर्स से हो एंड आप रेगुलर कॉलेज जाना होता है वहाँ पर, तो एक तो पहला क्वेश्चन ये रहेगा कि को करिकुलर पे हमारा इट्स इम्पॉर्टेंट, लाइक वी डोंट टॉक अबाउट इट. लाइक आज के दिन पे मेरे को लगता है जिसको अच्छा कम्युनिकेशन आता है उससे बेटर कुछ भी नहीं है. मतलब पेपर एक कम चलेगा बट कम्युनिकेशन शुड बी वेरी गुड. तो कैलकाटा का कॉलेज लाइफ कैसा है एंड हाउ डिड यू बैलेंस आउट, लाइक मतलब कैसे हुआ?
I think in Calcutta, one of the key attributes which is very unique to Calcutta is everybody beside you in college is doing some or the other professional course. So if not actuaries, then CA, if not CA, then FRM, if not FRM, then CFA. And if neither of the four, then Pakka, they are sitting for GMAT or CAT exams in the third year. So I think that gives you a nudge ki, okay, I also need to do something, but I do understand that at some point it becomes unnecessary peer pressure as well. So I think it's very important to have a plan in your mind that this is what I want to do, this is what I feel is best for myself, not because someone else is doing it, but because I want to do this. And I think that is something that is really important. And of course, I came to you, I think, right after my boards and we had this discussion. So I think earlier as well, I mentioned that for me, I wanted to start off with actuarial science, see where it takes me, because even if I didn't build a career in actuarial industry, I would still be left with a lot of, academic benefit from it, particularly with respect to statistics, mathematical derivations, etc. So that was the initial objective, that I just want to build an academic aptitude before, let's say, moving on to something much more uh, different than actuarial science, maybe on more of the investment derivative side of the world. But ultimately, I found my peace with actuarial in terms of how deep the field was, how informative it was, and there was also an element of subjectivity coming in, particularly at your later papers. So, talking, let's say I'm in general insurance, so the last 3 or 4 papers are really heavy with general insurance concepts. So, it just feels really nice to have a course that gives you that weightage to your particular industry as well. But yeah, in terms of the co-curriculars in college, so of course around exams, I've always prioritized prep. And to be honest, I'm not somebody who's prepped for 4 5 months for each paper. I'm roughly about 2 2.5 months at max. And I know you would be quite well aware about my preparation cycles as well. But apart from the time when I was not focusing on my exam prep, then I used to spend a lot of times in my internship as well. I did a couple of internships in, again, non-actuarial industries, but gave me good work experience of how corporate could look like after college, and gave me much more clarity also that okay, actuarial may actually be the right one, because I wasn't very keen on the other industries I explored. So that was one. I also did a lot of co-curricular events and all. So there would be a lot of business simulation events that would happen that, put you in a spot where you're interacting with people from not just Calcutta, but also from Delhi, Bombay, colleges coming in from other cities as well. So that was really important in my growth as a holistic individual. So not just formal communication on work, but also those interpersonal skills on how can I create a rapport with somebody who does not share even, let's say, 10 or 20% of the background I come from. That is a skill that is really important in actuarial, because in India there's a lot of actuarial work that is actually being done for some global clients. So how easy is it for the other person to have a conversation with you, to look at you as not just a colleague but also like a peer in need? So that skill is really important to learn, and I think all of these things in aggregate will set you up for that.
Okay, that was really amazing. So yeah, getting to know about our colleges now, like क्या लगता है आपको, मतलब लेट्स डिस्कस सम ऑफ द मिसकंसेप्शंस. मतलब लाइक मैं जब आया था, लाइक आई एंड माय फ्रेंड वी जॉइन दिस कोर्स, लाइक आई हैव कम अप फ्रॉम, मतलब मैं जहाँ से आता हूँ, लाइक यू इमेजिन, मतलब we were running neck to neck, मतलब in terms of finances, like we were discussing there because so I was already doing CA and I was a CA finalist, and then I got to know about this course, and there were some kind of UK figures which were in pounds, so it looked really flashy, right? And now that myth is broken कि इसमें बहुत ज़्यादा high level पे नहीं है, and अच्छा decent पे है जो बाकी सब CA MBA CFA courses में है, जैसा कि सबने बताया. Now, why are people more inclined to maybe doing something stock markets related? Maybe people are getting more attracted to जो एक शॉर्ट टर्म मनी मेकिंग का जो एटीट्यूड है. आपको क्या लगता है, मतलब जैसे इफ यू कंपेयर एक जो स्टूडेंट है वो अपना माइंड कहाँ से बना रहा है, लाइक टेल मी, मतलब जैसे अ, वो या तो यूट्यूब देख रहा है, जैसे आप अगर कभी भी सर्च करते हो ऑप्शंस, आप यूट्यूब देखते हो, आप अपने सीनियर्स से पूछते हो। सो मेरे को लगता है वन ऑफ द बिगेस्ट चैलेंजेस विच वी आर नाउ ओवरकमिंग एज अ कम्युनिटी इज की क्वालिफाइड प्रोफेशनल्स और बन रहे हैं। सो पीपल विल सी देम एज अ टेस्टामेंट कि हाँ भाई ये बना है एंड भैया दीदी ने किया है, इनका क्वालिफाइड है, देर एट गुड लेवल, तो दैट इज गेटिंग सॉल्व्ड इन द पाइपलाइन। मोर आई एम मोर कंसर्न कि पीपल डू कंसिडर कि हम पॉलिसीज बेचते हैं। मतलब क्या लगता है आपको, जैसे वेन एवर आई ट्राई टू टेल समवन कि मैं पढ़ाता हूँ ये चीज़ या फिर आई एम इन दिस प्रोफेशन, सो व्हाट वाज द वियर्डेस्ट थिंग दैट हैज कम टू यू, अच्छा पॉलिसी बेचते हो, मतलब ऐसा क्या है आपके साथ में, ऐसा क्या मिसकंसेप्शन आया लोगों की तरफ से कि भाई अच्छा ऐसा होता है? सो इफ एनी इंस्टेंस जो आपको लगता है।
I think when I started off, that 1 CR myth was the biggest attraction, I would say. And to be honest, that was also 20% of why I came to actuarial science in the start. But of course, I think if you value your profession, if you value the work you do, I think eventually you will also see the return come in the long term. So focus on your work experience, focus on your academics together, put in the hard work, and then you will all and eventually you will see the benefits come in over the long term, definitely.
सो एनी मोर इंस्टेंसेस विच यू वुड लाइक टू
Uh,
शेयर, मतलब जो आपको बहुत फनी लगा, मतलब like one of the instances which my friend shared in the first podcast was अच्छा आर्चरी करना है तुम्हें, the words look so similar, मतलब तो मेरे को बहुत सारा ऐसा आता है कि हम लोग पॉलिसीज बेचते हैं, हमारा स्कोप खाली इंश्योरेंस में है, लाइक सीए में भी ये होता है, मतलब सीए में लोगों को लगता है कि सीए सिर्फ एक गलत काम करता है, मतलब वो सिर्फ टैक्स बचाता है या फिर टैक्स इवेजन करता है, या फिर सीए का स्कोप सिर्फ ऑडिट पे ही लिमिटेड है। तो आपको क्या लगता है, मतलब व्हाट आर द कॉमन मिसकंसेप्शंस दैट पीपल फील अबाउट दिस प्रोग्राम?
Selling policies is one of the biggest, because when I started working, I remember one of my neighbors, she came up to me and she said, oh, you work in this company and I have a policy in this company, can you help me something, some claim settlement and something? I was like, no, but I don't work in that department. I work in an area where I'm more focused on the pricing of the policy or the reserving of the policy, but claim settlement, or I can't help you with that. So they think like we are brokers and we are just chipcawing policies to the public. That's not what we do. It's technical work that we are doing. And yeah, I think policy बेचने वाला misconception is what I've heard, but I still think that the awareness has increased in the recent times. Earlier in the days, people actually did not know what actuarial is, and we would have to explain what it is. And मतलब आप कैसे ही एक्सप्लेन करोगे, आप प्राइसिंग रिजर्विंग से भी कैसे एक्सप्लेन कर सकते
हाँ,
हो? तो आप बस इंश्योरेंस, वो एक इजी वे होता था समझाने का कि हाँ इंश्योरेंस रिलेटेड कुछ कोर्स है, बट आज के टाइम में एक्चुअल बस इंश्योरेंस रिलेटेड नहीं रह गया, यू कैन ऑल्सो डाइवर्सिफाई इनटू इन्वेस्टमेंट। आप अगर डेटा साइंस, कोडिंग, इन सब में इंटरेस्टेड हो, आप उसको क्लब करके भी अपना करियर बहुत आगे बढ़ा सकते हो एक्चुअल साइंस में।
like nowadays I see a lot of profiles on LinkedIn, they mention data science actuary as well, like banking actuary, like one of my students, he's in UK right now, so he's India's first banking actuary, so a lot of new fields are also coming
yeah.
up in this.
Even I think even in accounting now, after IFRS 17 implementation, actual people have also started working towards accounts. So its demand is also increasing in that way.
How do you describe this program in simple words, like maybe अगर आपको कोई आपके पास आता है, like I also want to know new ways how you see this course, like we can start with you Manchit, like just एक लाइन में आप अगर इस कोर्स को समझाओ, तो how would you like to explain this course?
I think I mostly speak about how we are like looking into the back end operations of an insurance team, but not really the policy selling and the purchasing or brokering side of things. So, for example, if an insurance company has a policy, then let's say they are charging a particular rate. So, what that rate is based upon, or let's say if they're keeping a set of money aside to meet future obligations. So, to explain to somebody via, let's say, an example of an FD. So, for example, if I make an FD in a bank, the bank knows that after 1 year they'll pay me a certain rate of interest, and that's a fixed exposure that they have, let's say, roughly a fixed exposure. But when it comes to insurance, I might make a claim today, I might make a claim 5 years later. So all of that uncertainty becomes inherent. So I just uh, put my wordings of more making the uncertain a lot more navigable for insurance companies. So that is typically the kind of path I try to take with my descriptions to family members per se.
मैंने बेसिकली अनसर्टेनिटी को कैसे चार्टर करना है, उसको कैसे
Correct.
हम लोग मिटिगेट कर सकते हैं, कम कर सकते
Correct.
हैं. एंड दिस आई थिंक कैन बी अप्लाइड इन एनी सिनेरियो, लाइक एनी स्मॉलेस्ट ऑफ सिनेरियो.
I think one of the most interesting things that I have seen recently was companies like Google, Microsoft, they have actuary positions opened, and they hire actuaries at very senior levels as well, particularly because they are very astute with risk management in general. So, an actuary is somebody who's specialized at understanding risk or even identifying that, okay, a risk exists and something that needs to be done about it. So, I think we as actuarials have always been around the concept of understanding how risk can be identified, dealt with, navigated, etc. So, overall, I think risk is the right word, uncertainty is the right word to engage with your relatives or anybody who asks you what actuarial science is, rather than simply directly jumping onto the word insurance in your first line.
Yeah, Rupal.
I agree with him. He was bang on. Like that's how you probably explain and cover all the aspects of actuarial science. Like he mentioned, if we just mention about insurance, we're still restricting ourselves to explain them that it's insurance related, but it's not just insurance related. We do see like big companies, McKinsey also having actuarial positions open. So I don't have anything new to add there.
Okay, Shita.
Yeah, I would agree with both. I think it is more on how we manage the risk, how we play with numbers, and how we are actually connecting different industries. We are working in investments, we are working in insurance, we are working in banking. So, yeah, actuaries are, I think, everywhere now. So,
ओवर टाइम मेरे अंदर जो न्यू वेज है एक्सप्लेन करने का, मैंने जो सीखा है, मतलब जैसे इफ़ यू थिंक अबाउट द आज के टाइम पे, इफ़ आई टेक अ जॉब, आई विल ऑलवेज लाइक टू वर्क इन कैटास्ट्रोफिक मॉडलिंग, बिकॉज वेदर में इतने आज के दिन पे डिस्टर्बेंसेस हो रहे हैं. सो आई पर्सनली फील कि वन ऑफ द बिगेस्ट अपकमिंग फील्ड वेयर वी विल बी डिप्लॉयड इज कैटास्ट्रोफिक मॉडलिंग, लाइक बीट फॉरेस्ट फायर्स और मे बी लाइक कैलकाटा में तो बहुत होता है, ब्रिज गिर जाता है. मेरे को तो लगता है कि ब्रिज के ऊपर से जाएंगे नीचे से. मतलब
So that's a sign you're an actuary because you are identifying that risk eventually.
And you're thinking how to mitigate it, where you'll have less risk.
मतलब so basically the kind of, and what do you think, like insurance कितना penetrate कर रहा है इंडिया में? Like for example you buy a phone, anything आज के दिन पे आप बाय करते हो, वही आपको बोलेंगे कि भाई इसको आपको अगर इंश्योर कराना है तो आप यू पे समथिंग एक्स्ट्रा. सो फ्रॉम ट्रेडिशनल पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू ऑल्सो आई थिंक इट इज़ इंक्रीजिंग, बिकॉज पेनिट्रेशन धीरे धीरे बढ़ रहा है. आज का जो यूथ है वो अपने फर्स्ट सैलरी से एक टर्म प्रोडक्ट तो लेगा ही लेगा, मतलब. सो फ्रॉम दैट पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू ऑल्सो इट इज़ इंक्रीजिंग. एंड ट्रेडिशनली छोड़ के अगर हम लोग देखें तो बाकी सब फील्ड्स में भी जैसे बैंकिंग यू मैंशन, तो वैसे भी स्कोप इज इंक्रीजिंग. व्हाट डू यू थिंक? जैसे यू मैंशन, लेट्स डिस्कस क्वांट्स लिटिल बिट. सो यू मैंशन क्वांट्स अ लॉट, जैसे सबने मैंशन किया क्वांट्स. सो एज यू नो, कोर्स में देर इज अ शिफ्ट आफ्टर गिविंग फ्यू एग्जाम्स. एक स्टूडेंट जो भी अपना फर्स्ट एग्जाम दे रहा है, लाइक CM1 एंड CS1 विच इज स्टैटिस्टिक्स एंड एक्चुअल मैथ्स, तो उसके बाद वो ये सोचता होगा कि भाई आगे अगर फर्स्ट पेपर में ऐसा है, सो उसके ऊपर और होगा, उसके ऊपर और होगा. सो हाउ वुड यू लाइक टू ब्रेक दैट मिथ एंड हाउ वुड यू लाइक टू ईज दैट shift which happens after the first 6 exams, where numbers are less and quants takes the backseat and it's more on the real world application and you learn a lot of new things. So starting with most experienced, Rupal.
So at the end of the day, we are doing this course to work on real life problems, right? The basic, the fundamental is the quant, but after those 6 or 7 papers, we are learning like business knowledge, how the business works, how we can apply whatever we have studied in our earlier papers, the quant side, in real world problems, how to solve a business problem, right? So yes, that shift is there. And when we give our first theory paper, as we call it, it's difficult. We are trying to navigate how to change our preparation style, how to deal with the questions better, because quant is, once you understand the concept, you can apply it to whatever questions you have. But when we are dealing with practical papers, which is more theoretical, it's based on real life problems, and it forces you to think like, what else could be there, what kind of risks could be there, which stakeholders are involved, how could you deal with it, what is regulation, what is governance. So a lot of things comes in, and that is important, because when you start working, that is what you're dealing with, right? You, nobody is going to tell you to solve maths. You have Excel for that when you start working. So that is why this course is very comprehensive in itself. It builds your base, and then you move on to understand the real life problems. You apply it at your work, and like I mentioned, when you're giving your higher papers, you probably will already start working. So you can apply your work knowledge that you're getting to your actuarial papers, and whatever technical concepts you're learning in your actuarial papers, you apply it at your work. And like Manchit mentioned earlier, that there are specializations in actuarial, right? You have general insurance, you have life insurance, you have health insurance, and you pick up a field eventually. And the last 3 to 4 papers are specializing in those fields. So if you're, for example, I'm working in general insurance, I picked up the general insurance papers, reserving, pricing. And when I was giving my reserving paper, I had like almost 3.5 years of work experience in reserving. And that paper seemed like a cakewalk to me, because I could relate whatever I had worked on. When I was giving my pricing paper, I had little pricing knowledge, but because I had given that paper with less pricing experience, but when I moved to the pricing role, I could take up something from my paper to my work. So it's it's a learning process. Like, you'll keep learning, I would say.
And it's better, like you mentioned one more point earlier, कि इसमें ऐसा नहीं है कि आपको एकदम 16 घंटे पढ़ने हैं. It's basically once you start with, you were mentioning stakeholders, regulation, मेरे को पूरा CP1 याद आ रहा था. So basically बस देना ना पड़े, मतलब still I have this मतलब I'm not just trying to कि भाई उस पेपर को बड़ा नहीं बना रहा हूँ, but it's still कि भाई मेरे को दोबारा वो पेपर देना पड़े, तो मतलब I'll not give that paper again. So मतलब इसके लिए 16 घंटे आपको नहीं पढ़ने, मतलब आपको
Not
काम
at all.
रिलेटेड है तो वो चीज़ सही है.
कंसिस्टेंसी इज द की. लाइक, अगर आप 2.5 months पहले अपना प्लानिंग कर रहे हो, जैसे इसने भी मेंशन किया कि जस्ट हैव अ प्लान, कि आप ये प्लान कर लो, आपको इस वीक में 4 से 5 चैप्टर कंप्लीट करना है, फिर आप इसके क्वेश्चंस करोगे, आप इसके रिवीजन नोट्स करोगे, आप प्लान कर लो. एंड स्टॉप गिविंग एक्सक्यूजेस टू योरसेल्फ, क्योंकि आप अपने लिए पढ़ रहे हो, आप किसी और के लिए नहीं पढ़ रहे हो. हैव अ प्लान, बी कंसिस्टेंट, एंड इट्स नॉट दैट टफ. यू कैन डू इट.
ओके, इशिता.
Yeah, I think it is a step-by-step process. You are starting with numbers, you're starting with theory, you're getting a hold of it, and then you are progressing ahead, and you're now thinking about different people, different stakeholders, and then you are actually thinking about different areas, different pricing, reserving, modeling. So I think it is a step-by-step process. Early you focus on practical things, and later there is a holistic development where you are working as well as you're preparing for your exams. So it is helping both ways. You are applying work in your exam, and then you're thinking, oh, this I have done somewhere. So there is a connection between both, and that is how I think this actual exam is completely building you as a really great person.
ओके, मंचित.
I think what is important to understand is the first 4 or 5 papers, which is quant heavy, is more towards what the solution for a problem could be. So, for example, a lot of the models that we would use, build, discounting, etc., so on, are based on the initial 5 or 6 papers that you do. However, the first step in identifying a solution, or creating a solution, is to identify the problem itself, which is what I think the later papers are more geared towards. So, if let's say an actuary is given a task, what do you actually need to accomplish? What are the key considerations you need to keep? As you mentioned about stakeholders, etc. So, for example, if you're drafting a solution, then you need to also understand what a senior actuary would tell you, what your client would tell you, what a finance guy would come to you and say, what, let's say, another team member in an actuarial team would consider. So, that is something that comes with WorkX. And I think a lot of the problems are actually solved by first knowing what exactly the problem is, which is where I think the later papers are really good at doing that to build you, make you capable of understanding the problem at first.
Okay. So yeah, we talked about the higher level curriculum. Ki there is a shift and the course avenue is really broad. Now, uh, when you think about a person actually, so this I faced in my, I started this course in second year of my college. So when you, uh, I don't know why my relatives and my friends, those who are not doing this program, they always saw me as a person that I'm so great. If I'm doing actuarial science, I'm doing something which is really some rocket science kind of a thing. So they look up to actuary as a person जिसके पास ऐसी स्किल्स है जो बाकी के पास नहीं है. एंड आई कैन रिलेट दैट टू एम एस धोनी का जो सीन है, आपने देखा है कि नहीं मालूम नहीं है. सो he wants to play cricket. He wanted to be a cricketer, that is different. But he wants to play cricket, but his parents are saying him, नहीं तुमको पढ़ाई करना है. सो वो हमारा इंडियन जो पेरेंटिंग है उसमें वो इंग्रेव्ड है कि भाई अगर आप कोई कोर्स कर रहे हो तो आप और कुछ मत करो, नहीं तो आप फेल हो जाओगे. तो आपको पूरा टाइम क्या करना है, आपको पढ़ना है. सो नाउ आई वांट टू नो who is Rupal, who is Ishita, who is Manchit. Can Manchit have some other hobbies as well if he's a qualified actuary? Can Manchit do spend some time? Can Manchit love a person whom he's attracted to? Does he have time for these things? Or he's a person जिसको कॉलेज जाना है, जिसको सिर्फ पढ़ना है एंड खाना है, सोना है. सो जस्ट टेल मी, who is Manchit as a person?
I am allowed to have hobbies outside work, outside studies, of course. And if I don't, I don't think I would have been able to sustain myself with the kind of intense prep sometimes you have to give towards the exam diets. And also, individually, I'm someone who's very interested in traveling. So I do spend a lot of my time going to different cities, different places, about 4 5 times a year at least. So that's always there. I love exploring different cafes, food, etc. I'm passionate about food, music, etc. So I'm always into all of those stuff. But I think it's really important to have those hobbies because you have to balance out somewhere. You can't be all work, work, work for a very long period of time. You might be able to be in that zone for a year, 2 years at max, but ultimately you want to do things that you like as a person. And I'm not saying you might like studying, but you won't like studying for 3 years consecutively. So always balance out your life with different hobbies, different interests of yours, I would say.
Yeah, balancing is fine, but like I mentioned my exact problem. So basically, you like traveling, you like going to cafes, you like food, but do you have time for these things? And if you're doing a professional course like actuaries, so can you do these things? मतलब जैसे एक होता है कि you have seen some of the UPSC preps, like some of the reels and shorts that are. So there is a boy, and you have seen 12 Phil, right? So he's constantly studying, though he had some financial troubles. But let's talk about a normal person who is not there to work. मतलब उसको काम नहीं करना पड़े कॉलेज लाइफ में. सो कितना टाइम आपके पास में है, दैट अगेन डिपेंड्स ऑन द इंटेलेक्ट. बट क्या आप कर सकते हो एंड आप अच्छे सक्सेसफुल एक्चुअली बन सकते हो?
I think one advantage with actuarial sciences, even though there are 13 examinations that you have to clear, each of them is independent and you don't really have to do 3 or 4 together. So for example, if you're doing, let's say, CA, and if you're giving the final examinations, it's two groups, each of them being 3 to 4 subjects each, and you have to give them within, let's say, a 1 week time frame. So that preparation is completely a different challenge than what an actuarial field will give you. The same is with CFA, where you have multiple subjects that are covered under one paper, and it's only if you clear everything in aggregate then you clear the paper, which is not the case in actually. You give one subject the right amount of time for, let's say, 5 to 6 months. So I think that really helps in balancing things out. It's about finding what is the right time to do the right thing. And if you have a hobby, there is a certain right time for that hobby to come in. And at the same time, if you are in a challenging profession, you have to give it the respect it demands as well. So you have to have both sides of the coin ready with yourself.
Okay. Who is Rupal as a person? Like, actually अगर टैग है उसको साइड पर रख के, who is Rupal as a person? What does Rupal love to do? And like what are the things that you have tried जो अगर एक aspiring student देखता है तो उसको लगता है भाई क्या ये भी possible है मतलब इस कोर्स के साथ?
I love traveling. I would take at least 2 to 3 trips a year. And like Manchit mentioned, after exam, you can always do it. Like there is a break between you giving exam and the result coming. You can take a break. You can go on trips. So I've traveled a lot. I like meditation and yoga. So I've always kept that as a constant while preparing for everything else. Um, I like exploring good food. I like exploring cafe. So I've always done that as well. It's not like always just being inside the book. That you are going to feel a burnout after a certain point of time. So it's important to have hobbies. But as an individual, I've been disciplined with my life. I've been goal oriented, and not completing this profession was never an option. So whatever others may have said was a noise for me. I never paid so much attention to it. I knew that I wanted to do this. It may be overwhelming at times, but so are the other profession. When you are doing a 2 year MBA, isn't that overwhelming? That's also very tough. When you're preparing for your GMAT, there is so much uncertainty involved. So it's just like any other profession. By from the looks of it, when you look at it from far away, you do feel like but you have to give exams twice a year and all of that, but it's at your own pace. If at some point you feel a burnout, you can give a lighter paper. It's not like every time you have to give 2 papers and give the biggest papers. All of that is not important. Plan how you want to do it. Do it at your own pace.
Okay. So who is Ishita as a person?
I think I'm a very dependable person. I really like to be there for my people, and I love spending time with my family and friends. And one thing which has helped me balance this is setting boundaries. Like, say, for example, if I'm working 10 to 6, I would set a boundary that, okay, if I have a family time of 1 hour, I'm not checking work mails, I'm not checking my phone. So I think that has been something which has helped me achieve my personal aims as well. And also to tell other fellow actuaries, I think it is okay to have your own speed of things. And I think actuaries is not something which rewards speed, but it rewards consistency. So I think you can manage both together if you have a plan set out.
Okay. Like I feel I was a victim of this thing because मेरे घर पे था कि भाई तुमको पढ़ना है. So I was very good at studies मतलब but still I मतलब like we can also have a क्या खोया क्या पाया thing मतलब पाया तो सभी ने डिग्री पाया एक्चुअली का डिग्री पाया we are really doing good professionally but like I used to अभी मैं वो सब चीज़ कर रहा हूँ because अब मेरे को ऐसा है कि नहीं I missed some things मतलब so I would like to ask you all मतलब क्या खोया मतलब पाया तो सबको पता है कि हाँ पाया बट क्या खोया
I feel like sometimes you may have people around you who don't understand when you're canceling on plans and when you're constantly saying no for plans. If they are your people, if your family and friends understand you, they will understand. And like you mentioned, like families create that pressure, नहीं पढ़ना है, एग्जाम आ रहा है, अभी कहीं बाहर नहीं जाएंगे. बट कभी तो आप 2 वीक में एक बार जा सकते हो ना. फ्रेंड्स के साथ आप महीने में एक बार तो जा सकते हो ना. यू डोंट हैव टू कैंसिल ऑन देम एवरी टाइम. तो उस टाइम ऐसा लगता है कि यार मैं तो कहीं घूमने नहीं जा पा रही, मुझे ये शादी मिस करना पड़ रहा है बिकॉज मेरा एग्जाम है 1 वीक बाद. बट पीपल अंडरस्टैंड एंड इट्स ओके. मतलब यू हैव एक्चुअल डिग्री, यू हैव अ फ्लरिशिंग करियर. तो और मुझे लगता है ये सब एक्चुअल के साथ ये सब सैक्रिफाइसेस नहीं है. इट इज़ विद एनी अदर करियर एज वेल.
क्या खोया
I think it is important to make sacrifices because if you're even considering that you have a sacrifice to make, and if you're valuing your actuarial and career so much, then definitely you're placing that value on your career as well because you feel that it is worth making that sacrifice for. So it's not like you're sacrificing for nothing, it's because you feel that nothing is worth something. That is why the reason you're making a sacrifice. And again, family functions will happen. Uh, I have one every month if I'm in Calcutta, but it's okay if I don't attend one or if I go for a shorter duration for one, it's fine. Ultimately, your friends, your family members understand that you are doing something that has it's a bigger picture that they need to look at, and not one family function or one friend's birthday party, etc. So it's okay to make that sacrifice sometimes. And like just as an example, I have never attended the last day of my college because I had an exam that day. So even though all my other classmates were there in the field clicking photos and stuff on the last days, getting all their t-shirts and all signed, I was not there that day simply because exact duration when that farewell was happening, I was typing on my laptop my CP3 exam. So that is also sacrifice I make because I was okay making that sacrifice. It's okay. I could meet my friends later on, a day or two later, but it's fine. Sometimes you have to make those calls.
Ditto. I also missed my farewell because I had an actual exam the next day. So I couldn't like go for the after party and all because I had an actual exam. I needed to get a good sleep. But it's okay. I mean, doesn't feel like a lot of sacrifice.
क्या कहो इशिता?
I think I lost a lot many friends in the process because you have chosen a not a very easy path, and not everybody would be able to understand that. They would say that it is very okay for you to cancel plans like that. You're not being there for us, and they are not able to understand what you are going through. You have days of self doubt. You are very exhausted, and not everybody would be able to understand that. But in this process, I think I have actually found my real people as well, uh, from whom I've got that support, from whom I know that they'll be there for me whenever I want. And yep, that is how this journey has been.
I know you people are cutting it short, but I can recall a lot of things that I have lost in life. मतलब कितना सारा चीज़ है, मतलब lot of marriages, lot of those happy moments, and like I remember one thing, मतलब जैसे जब लोग घर पे आते हैं and you have an exam, मेरे लिए वो सबसे मतलब वो था कि भाई आप मिल भी नहीं पा रहे हो लोगों से and you just have an exam. So उनके पार्ट में भी मतलब थोड़ा खराब लगता है कि मतलब हाँ आपके घर पे लोग आए and आप उतना इंटरेक्ट नहीं कर पा रहे हो लोगों से.
Agreed. They would think like ये तो पूरे टाइम पढ़ाई में लगी रहती है and she does not have enough time for us. तो वो feeling भी
मतलब
आता है.
काफी है मतलब इसमें एंड फ्रेंड्स का जो तुम लोग दोनों ने ही बात बोला मतलब
One solution for that is I used to study during the night. So if you, let's say, come during the morning time to my place, I'm always sleeping until very late. So I always used to study in the night, so everybody knows that I'll be dead tired during the day. So don't bother me.
मतलब फ्रेंड्स का ये है यू लूज अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स इन दिस प्रोसेस मतलब या जैसे आई आई डेटेड माय गर्लफ्रेंड फॉर 8 years, आई गेस 7 years, ओके. एंड बहुत लोग को ये जैसे मेरे को भी ऐसा पता नहीं क्यों एक मन में एक मेंटल ब्लॉकेज था अंटिल आई सेकेंड ईयर तक ऐसा था मतलब कि अभी मेरे को कोई भी टाइप का डिस्ट्रैक्शन नहीं करना है. सो बहुत सारे लोगों को ऐसा मन में होता है, वो लोग जैसे ये बोला ना पीयर प्रेशर यू मेंशन्ड इन सम ऑफ द पॉइंट्स की दिस इज आई थिंक सेल्फ इम्पोज्ड प्रेशर वी टू मतलब हम लोग बहुत ज़्यादा हार्श होते हैं. सो इज इट ओके इफ यू आर मतलब मे बी लाइकिंग समवन इन द प्रोसेस एंड डज इट रियली हेल्प और इट मतलब does not, I don't know
I think that's a very subjective thing. It really depends. Like, I also dated my now husband for almost 5 years, and we are from the same profession, so that helped. He understood that exams are important. I'm studying. I understood when he was appearing for exams. So, that understanding is very important. And understanding has to be there in any relationship, be it like with your partner, with parents, with family. It's about understanding. If you're able to maintain a balance, if you are just talking on phone for 4 hours, then of course you will not have the time to study. You can't be doing that as well. But just balancing, understanding, helping each other grow is part of the process. So it's not like because you're doing this profession, you can't have a relationship. You can have it, but just know how to balance it, is what I think, I believe in.
even in my case, like what I feel is support was always there and like ये ऐसा चीज तो नहीं है ना मतलब कि आज हुआ तो 2 साल बाद भी सेम ही होगा मतलब. So I think there is no right time for this. Like
I think if you're attracted to somebody and you don't act on it, you'll end up spending more time thinking about them than
yeah,
actually when you're with
this
them.
thing was also
I
मतलब
think,
there at that point of time. मतलब मेरे को भी ऐसा था मतलब कि
and it's not just about dating somebody or being in a relationship, it stretches to any form of relationship. Like, if, for example, I have a set of close friends, and if I feel during exams I'm not able to give them time, or even during busy work periods I might not be able to give them the time. But why can't I take out 30 minutes for them if they're that important to me on a weekend, and take their weekly updates le lo. Don't take daily updates. Have a weekly call with them. Have a hi hello every day, but do a proper conversation every week once at least. And then once things get better for you on the time management front, talk to them more regularly. And if they are that close to you, if they understand you that well, they will adjust to what your priorities are at that moment, knowing that yes, they are not being neglected. It's just that the other person is in a very different circumstance right now than what they might be in.
Yeah, we've got very good, like, understandability is like, it comes at the top. Like, if there is good understanding, like, I got that, she got that. So basically, this is one of the most important thing. And being in, like, we were also in the same profession, so it actually, like, people, लोगों को ऐसा लगता होगा, like we were discussing कि क्या ही बात करते होंगे, मतलब सेम हो गया, मतलब. एंड बट ऐसा नहीं है, मतलब यू कैन टॉक ऑन अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स. एंड वो जो हेल्प है ना, मतलब द काइंड ऑफ सपोर्ट दैट यू गेट इफ यू आर इन द सेम प्रोफेशन, तो वो हेल्प कैन आउटवे मे बी 2-3 स्मॉल नेगेटिव पॉइंट्स ऑल्सो, मतलब. बट वो हेल्प सबसे ऊपर है. यू कैन डू एनीथिंग, आई फील, मतलब
Yeah.
यू काम रिलेटेड हो गया, मतलब यू एंड अंडरस्टैंडिंग तभी आएगा ना, मतलब जब सेम उसको पता है व्हाट यू आर गोइंग थ्रू, क्या प्रोसेस है, मतलब जैसे एग्जाम का कितना रिगरस प्रोसेस होता है, तो वो तो है ही. या सो मतलब एज पर योर, इट्स फाइन, मतलब ऐसा कुछ
Yeah,
there
I
is-
think it is how you perceive it. If you think it is a distraction for you, then I think that would not make sense. Because if you are with the right person, if you have the right amount of support, and the other person is able to understand that what you are going through, and is able to at least make you relaxed a bit, so I think it is okay. It is okay to have such a distraction, if you say so.
बहुत लोग का तो ऐसा है कि बस अभी तो ये नहीं करना, लाइक इट्स, मतलब इट्स वेरी सब्जेक्टिव ऑल्सो, मतलब. बट वो मैं एक सीडी देखा था, इट शोज लाइक कि पहले आपको अपना स्टडीज करना है, फिर आपको करियर करना है, फिर आपको लव करना है, फिर आपको ऐसे, मतलब
Bunny from YJHD.
आई डोंट, मतलब
Basically.
But
21 पे
I
नौकरी.
think
Yes.
that career and actuarial exams and all of that is one part of our
Yeah.
life. We need to have other aspects of our life as well. Once exams are over, तो आप नहीं सोच सकते ना कि चलो अदर एस्पेक्ट्स ऑफ लाइफ पे वर्क करते हैं. अब मतलब थ्रू आउट लाइफ यू विल ऑलवेज बी बैलेंसिंग थिंग्स. ऐसा कभी नहीं होगा कि आप एक टाइम पे एक ही चीज़ बैलेंस कर रहे होगे. तो इनिशियली ऑल्सो इट्स अबाउट बैलेंसिंग. एंड लाइक शी मैंशनड, अगर वो डिस्ट्रैक्शन है तो ऑब्वियसली इट डजंट मेक सेंस. बट इफ द राइट काइंड ऑफ सपोर्ट अंडरस्टैंडिंग इज देयर, देन it's good. Like, it's pushing you to do better, I think.
like one of the key success factor what I feel, if you see, जैसे आई एम इन बिजनेस प्रोफेशन, आप देखो पार्टनरशिप्स जो होते हैं, लाइक जो प्रोफेशनल पार्टनरशिप्स होते हैं, मतलब दे जनरली ब्रेक डाउन व्हेन पीपल थिंक कि भाई, आप ऑफिस में भी ऐसा होता है कि भाई ये मेरे से कम काम करता है बट ही इज गेटिंग दैट. तो वो हमारे बीच में कभी वैसा नहीं था, मतलब इट वाज लाइक कि हाँ, कम बेसी ये हमारा चीज़ है, मतलब. सो आई फील वन ऑफ द बिगेस्ट सक्सेस फैक्टर वाज दैट ट्रस्ट एंड दैट डिपेंडेबिलिटी, कि सामने वाला पूरा आप पे ब्लाइंड ट्रस्ट करे, मतलब इन एनी काइंड ऑफ बिजनेस आई फील इट्स द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इज ट्रस्ट. मतलब दैट ट्रस्ट फैक्टर जो बहुत कम लोगों पे ही आपको डेवलप होगा, ओवर टाइम होगा वो चीज़. सो लाइक आप ये समझो कि लोगों के पेपर्स आज के दिन पे ट्रेनिंग इज़ वेरी एडवांस्ड. जैसे पहले आप उतना नॉलेज भी नहीं था, बट आज के दिन पे आप कहीं से भी ट्रेनिंग ले सकते हो. द ट्रेनिंग, इफ द ट्रैक रिकॉर्ड इज गुड, द ट्रेनिंग इज़ वेरी एडवांस्ड. बट द बॉटलनेक विच आई एम फीलिंग इज कि स्टूडेंट्स को फ्रेशर में प्लेसमेंट में बहुत प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है, ठीक है. और वो इस फील्ड का ही नहीं है, मेरे को लगता है कि वो ऑलमोस्ट, मतलब हर फील्ड में ऐसा प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है कि स्टार्टिंग का वो जो फ्रिक्शन है फर्स्ट जॉब का. तो सिंस यू ऑल आर रिक्रूटर्स मेरे लिए अभी, मतलब आपको मालूम है कि प्रोसेस कैसा काम करता है, ठीक है ना. तो आप ये बताओ कि क्या ऐसा चीज़ है जो नहीं करना है ताकि वो फ्रिक्शन एकदम स्मूथ हो जाए, मतलब. वी कैन स्टार्ट विथ यू.
So I think during college, I also did internships that helped me understand which area I'm interested in. So when we are doing our initial papers of actuarial science, it's not like you don't have specialization papers, but because I did that internship, I had a little bit of clarity that I'm more inclined towards general insurance, and that's where I would want to specialize. So doing internships helps, networking during college helps. Like, do attend those college fest, do go for internship, so that you network with people, you know about others experiences, and that's how you will know more about what's going around in the world. And in today's time, I think when you're looking out for a job as a fresher, of course you will not know the industry knowledge. What we are looking for is the right kind of attitude. If you want to learn, if you want to grow, it's not about, okay, you don't know the five questions and you're not fit for the job. If you're willing to learn, if you're willing to grow, of course anybody is happy to invest in you. And like, hard work is also very important when you are starting out. I remember when I was starting out, my father gave me an advice that focus on giving good quality work rather than doing multiple things and not delivering good quality work. Don't try to do it quicker, because doing it quicker won't get you far, but doing a consistent good quality work will take you far in your career, which has stuck with me and which is so true. Like, अगर आप जल्दी काम करके दे दे रहे हो बट उसमें गलतियाँ, that is going to stick with people. Like, but I can't rely on her because उसने तो गलती करके दी थी. बट अगर आप टाइम पे काम दे रहे हो बट बहुत अच्छा काम दे रहे हो, तो दे नो दैट दे कैन रिलाई ऑन मी. अगर कोई डेडलाइन भी है, हार्ड डेडलाइन से, दे नो दे कैन रिलाई ऑन मी. आई विल पुट इन दोज एक्स्ट्रा आवर्स, बट आई विल डिलीवर अ गुड क्वालिटी वर्क. So just having the right kind of attitude, and not having that attitude that, oh, just because I want to earn money, I want to start working now. You need to have the right kind of skills also, so that you are able to give back to the company after your training phase, after those initial years.
Okay. Ishita, you?
I think because now the job market is very competitive, so you cannot just focus on exams. You need to build your skills as well, and it is not just because वो CV पे अच्छा लगेगा. No, you should actually have it in you that I want to build a personality that companies do want me to actually work for them. So you can work on, say, VBA, Power BI. There are a lot of different software skills, your communication skills. There are a lot of interpersonal skills that you should develop, so that the companies feel that, okay, you are the right person for the right job, and bang on, that is where you'll be able to achieve it.
Okay.
I think
Sanjay?
it's important to stand out in any industry. I think the target has to be within the top 15-20% of professions in that industry. So even if you are a fresher, let's say, how can you stand out? Maybe learn a coding language like SAS, Python is really important. SQL is really important if you're dealing with large data sets. Then, in terms of visualization tools, Power BI is something that is very important. And all of these show that you are trying to upskill yourself. And it's just not important to know the code. Try to get an evidence of where you actually used, let's say, that particular skill in your life. So, for example, LinkedIn is an open platform. You can easily post that I used X and Y dataset and I created the following dashboard. So now the recruiter knows that, okay, yes, this guy has not just learned something but has also implemented it. So they can not just know that, okay, he knows coding, he might be able to apply a where else if statement on VBA. That's not important. It's important for the recruiter or any person to know that that is a dependable skill set. And that is the main defining criteria, I think, in terms of recruitment. And again, if you're interviewing as a fresher, you need to know what the company is about. Uh, I've had so many conversations where people are not even aware whether they have applied to a life insurance company, a general insurance company, what kind of work is done in the company. So if the company sees that you're not even aware about what it does, how will they value you if you're not valuing them as an employer?
अभी आप सब क्वालिफाइड है, राइट? एंड लाइक, व्हाट इज द नेक्स्ट गोल? जैसे बहुत लोग को ये होता है कि मेरा बचा हुआ है, मेरा बचा हुआ है, मेरा नहीं हो रहा है, मेरा नहीं हो रहा है. एंड जब नहीं हो रहा था, थोड़ा उस टाइम का बात करते हैं जब नहीं हो रहा था. लाइक यू मेंशन्ड द एक्चुअल लूप ऑल्सो. हमने एक लूप बनाया है कि भाई एग्ज़ाम आप देते हो, ठीक है? आप अगर अच्छे से पढ़ के एग्ज़ाम नहीं दे रहे हो, तो आपका रिजल्ट आने में 2.5 महीना अराउंड लगता है. तब तक आप उतना अच्छे से पढ़ नहीं पा रहे हो, रिजल्ट पास होता है आपका, और फिर आपको लगता है अब मैं 3 महीने में कैसे पढ़ूंगा। सो ये लूप में बहुत लोग फंस जाते हैं। जैसे अगर आपका एक बार एक एग्ज़ाम नहीं होता है, सो यू नॉट गेटिंग द राइट अमाउंट ऑफ टाइम। और मेरा एक थियोरी है, वो ये है कि अगर एक बच्चा एक बार में पास हो रहा है कंपेयर टू जो एक बार में फेल हो रहा है, तो सेकेंड टाइम तो उसको रैंक लाना चाहिए, बट वो रैंक नहीं लाता है। सो इट्स नॉट द टाइम, जो एडिशनल टाइम उसको मिल रहा है वो टाइम प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, प्रॉब्लम कुछ और है। सो ऐसा कोई फेलियर जो आपने फेस किया, एंड हाउ डिड यू ओवरकम दैट फेलियर?
So, except for one exam, I have been able to clear all my exams at one go. And for me, while I was preparing for exams, it was always like I can put in extra 4 hours, 5 hours, 5 hours now, but I don't want to do it all over again. So I always had that mindset. What if I'm being lazy and this is the topic that comes in the exam? I should just do this topic now. It's okay. I don't want to regret it later. But when I failed that one exam, it did feel like, but now how do I get back to it? Will I be able to clear it? All my big papers are left. And can I, like, for first 1 2 days, I was in that loop. What went wrong? Will I be able to do it further and all of that? But then after those 2 days, I sat down. I analyzed the problem, what did not work for me, how to change my preparation style. And I think I just came back stronger with a strategy how to do it. And after that, I've been able to clear all my practical papers at one go with good marks because I analyzed what the problem was. And when I look back at it, I think, thank God I failed that paper so that I analyzed it for my future papers and I was able to prepare for it better. So, just taking a step back, analyzing what went wrong, what you could have done better, coming up with a strategy, and just going all in with that so that there is no next failure after that. You have your strategy with you.
Got it. Ishita?
So I too cleared all my exams in one go, but but for other people who may fail one or two exams, I think one of the most important things is to not just get it all over on you that okay, अब ये fail हो गया. I think this exam is not for me. I should skip this term and I should apply for some other exam. That is a very wrong strategy, I feel, because if you have prepared for that and if you're failing, so there is just a little bit of efforts which are not there and you can give it again. And I think rather than analyzing only by yourself, I think you should also reach out to your mentors that okay, this is what has happened and I think these are the reasons. So how should I go ahead? Because I think they have seen it all and they are in a better position to judge that okay, this may be the problem. So I think yeah, that would also help.
Okay. Manjit?
I think the point around mentors and having that rapport with your seniors in your own company or around you is very important because at some point they are the ones who've actually seen the same problems and they would know the best solutions out of it in your situation as well. But I think a failure is not just exam if you've got a P or an F. That is not my definition of failure. A failure could also be like not being able to meet your daily target that you want to study, having a work that is not up to the quality that you expect of yourself, not being able to meet a deadline. All of these can add up over time and start impacting your day-to-day life as well. So it's important to understand every day is new. You have to start afresh. If something went wrong the previous day, look at what went wrong and make sure you don't do it again. And I think that skill is really important where you don't let the past impact what you're doing today. You learn from it and then you adapt in today's time, I would say.
चलो ये तो ठीक है, हम लोग ने एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से बात किया है, बट जैसे आई वॉज वॉचिंग अ पॉडकास्ट, उसमें इट्स लाइक कि शाहिद कपूर का था वो, उसमें वो बोलता है कि सबका हो रहा है, मेरा क्यों नहीं हो रहा है। मतलब मेरे को तो पूरे प्रोसेस में अगर आप देखो, मेरे को ऐसा बहुत बार हुआ है, मतलब मेरे को ऐसा कि सेल्फ डाउट, ऑल ऑफ यू मेंशन, मतलब मेरे को लगता है सबसे बड़ा सेल्फ डाउट ही है। मतलब यू ऑल्सो मेंशन, तुमने भी कहा, मतलब मेरा क्यों नहीं हो रहा है। मतलब when you see people they're doing good and आप equally talented हो, मतलब लेकिन आपको लग रहा है कि it's not, I'll not say it's jealousy, I'll not say it's envy, I'll not say कि हम किसी का बुरा सोच रहे हैं। अगर हम खाली अपने पे भी फोकस करें तो इट्स लाइक कि हम अपने बारे में ये सोच रहे हैं कि हम इक्वली टैलेंटेड हैं या फिर हम अच्छा कर सकते हैं, बट ऐसा क्या हो रहा है जो नहीं हो रहा है एंड अब हो गया है. सो जस्ट अगर आप उसके बारे में कुछ बोल पाओ जब आपको ऐसा कोई सेल्फ डाउट लगा हो, बिकॉज सबको प्रोसेस में ये तो लगता ही है कि भाई मेरे से नहीं हो पाएगा, हमसे नहीं हो पाएगा, ला छोड़ो, हटाओ, खत्म करो. सो व्हाट वुड यू से ऑन दैट?
I think when I was giving my first actuarial paper, I was in a lot of self doubt. Have I done the right thing? Will I be able to clear all the papers? And that thing was there. But I had the support from my family, from my friends, that you will be able to do it. You are smart. And that support was there. But लाइक यू मैंशनड कि सबका हो रहा है, मेरे से क्यों नहीं हो रहा. आई फील लाइक सबका जर्नी बहुत डिफरेंट होता है. अगर हम इफ़ वी कीप कंपेयरिंग आवर सेल्व्स टू अदर्स देन वी विल ऑलवेज बी इन दैट लूप कि उसको तो पहले जॉब मिल गया बट मुझे 2 महीने लेट क्यों मिला, या उसको इंक्रीमेंट अच्छा मिल गया मुझे क्यों नहीं मिला. तो दैट कंपैरिजन इज जस्ट गोइंग टू lower your confidence. I feel everybody has their journey, everybody is going to get things at the time that they should be getting at. So overcoming that self doubt, that comparison is very important if you want to keep on growing. Like for personally for me, being challenged excites me. If I'm around like really smart people who are doing better than me, it pushes me to do better. Like that's my catalyst if I want to do better in life. So I never saw it as ki, but I don't think I can do it, or I'm less smart than them. I was like, I am also smart. If they could do it, I can also do it. Let me figure out how I can get there. So that was always my strategy.
Okay. Manchit?
I think again, it's just about staying focused, and sometimes luck has its role to play as well, and I can't deny that fact at all. Because if let's say when there are fine margins of error, if you're dealing with 5% margin of error, there is bound to be some element of luck that will come in, and it's okay to not have things go your way. And sometimes in the long run, I think it plays a very important factor in who you are and determining who you are as a person. So, for example, I don't come from a pricing background in work, so I struggled with SP8 a lot. And the day I gave my first attempt at that paper, I knew I didn't know anything good enough to clear that. So, and that's what the result reflected. So, again, it's going back, looking at what I don't know, charging my batteries again, uh, looking at gaining the knowledge that I was not possessing at that point, and then eventually it all turned out to be good.
Yeah.
I think that I'm a very strong believer of everything happens for a reason and everything eventually turns out for good. Maybe that one failure was really very important for you to actually look back and realize what went wrong, or maybe that one success was really important to make you feel stronger. So I think everything happens for a reason, and maybe it was the right thing for you, and maybe the God is testing you that how strong you can be. तो you cannot just stay there and you're like अब कुछ नहीं हो सकता. नहीं, God wants you to come back and come back stronger, and there are a lot of people wishing for you, praying for you, and I think that is what has made me stronger. That okay, if I'm not doing it for myself, I'm doing it for my parents, for my mentors, for my friends. So that has what has kept me going.
मतलब मेरे को तो यही लगता है कि मतलब सेल्फ डाउट तो प्रोसेस में बहुत बार आएगा. मतलब 10 जन अच्छा बोल रहे हैं, भाई तुम बहुत अच्छा कर रहे हो, भाई तुम बहुत अच्छा कर रहे हो, कोई एक जन भी अगर नेगेटिव बोलता है ना तो बस मतलब बीइंग कॉन्फिडेंट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट.
Very, very important. Like even at work, being confident is very important, and it's so competitive out there that you may not everybody is your well wisher. They might just want to pull you down. So if you're not confident, you're just helping them with their job. So being confident, believing in yourself is very, very important.
Last question to you all would be for today. It's like, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? मतलब एक होता है, you all said about planning. So जब आपने प्लान देखा एंड अब आप बन गए, राइट, एंड अब आप सक्सेसफुली काम भी कर रहे हो. सो हमको ये भी देखना है कि अब क्या प्लान होता है, मतलब क्या गोल्स चेंज होते हैं अब लाइफ में व्हेन यू आर डन विथ योर स्टडीज, एंड क्या गोल होता है, मतलब वेयर डू यू सी योरसेल्फ इन 5 years? Who would like to
Um,
go first?
Uh, okay,
Okay.
so I think I recently qualified, and everybody is like, ki, okay, now it is all done and dusted. Tomorrow you are all settled. But I think qualification is just one milestone. and it's not an end, but it's a beginning of a new journey. And I feel there are a lot of new learning opportunities, there are a lot of knowledge out there, and I really want to look forward to that. I really want to take a lead role in maybe different projects, maybe some different kind of work. And apart from professional area, I think in personal life also I would really want to upskill myself and really want to actually spend a lot of time with my friends and family. And uh, I really want to be a overall a great personality who is good at work, good at other things as well, and really want to be a well settled person, I would say.
Okay. Rupal?
I think with 7 years of work now, I still think there's a lot to learn. There are so many areas in actuarial science. The teams are growing. There are so many new companies coming to India. So I want to keep growing technically, but also start taking up leadership roles and give back to the organization, mentor my junior team members, help them navigate through their careers, through their exams, and give back to the actuarial society, like in various ways, attending those industry conferences, probably uh, leading a session. Those are the kind of aspirations that I have from my career going forward. And personally, yes, now that exams are like they were over 2 years back, I want to focus on my personal life as well. Like just travel more, spend more time with my family and friend, pursue my hobbies more extensively. So those are the kind of things that I want to do.
Okay. Manchit?
I think 5 years later, I would love to be on a beach somewhere chilling, maybe enjoying a vacation on a break. But yeah, I think qualification is like end of one journey, but the start of something very different now. And I think since I've qualified, I've just become much more responsible in terms of understanding how the industry operates, being up to date on different news, softwares. AI has become a very big thing, which is not a part of our curriculum as such. So really seeing how AI can evolve the actuarial profession is really important. I've started to pick up a lot of coding based projects on the side as well. Not work based, but just on the personal front to understand what else is there that actually can do. So I think all of that is there. Of course, I love to travel. I love to get more involved with sports and all. So that's there. But yeah, that would be the long term goal, I would say.
Okay. So, yeah, we have come to the end of this podcast, and I would like to thank you all for joining us today, giving your valuable time. If there is anything else we can add, and अगर आपको कुछ भी और ऐसा है कि कुछ point add करना है, then please feel free.
Nothing immediate as such, just that be dedicated towards your field and you will see the rewards over time. You won't see it immediately, but over time you will. And if anybody has any question, feel free to reach out. Happy
They
to help.
can drop in the link of this video so they can ask doubts. Like we have seen now, past में जितने भी हमने सीरीज किए हैं ना उसमें कमेंट्स में है कि वो वाले जो सर थे उनसे ये पूछ के बताना तो so it is like that. So thank you so much guys for joining and hope you all reach wherever you want to reach and yes, thank you so much.